This is my newest Airbnb property. These 6 units that I just purchased for $8.6 million will make me a little over $1.3 million in revenue. But let's come on inside, let's take a look at the properties, do a breakdown of the deal, and let me show you exactly why I bought this.
So where we started this video is on the beach at the back of the house. Now this is the front of the house. We have 6 parking spots for all 6 of the units. And the things that we're gonna go over right now, I'm gonna take you into a couple of the units. Some of them are being used by us, but I'm gonna take you into a couple of the units and we're gonna break down how was I able to even finance this deal? Where did the money come from? How much is this property actually going to make? How much did I spend? How much was it listed for? All the numbers that you guys wanna see. Let's go inside. So we're gonna start with a walkthrough of unit 3. Now all these units are 3 stories. They are 4-bed, 3.5 bathrooms. Let's take a look inside. So right when you walk in, and some of them are structured a little bit different. This one happens to have a bunk bed, but this was originally a garage. Now I bought this property fully renovated. They did a fantastic job. The only differences in each of the places, each of the rooms, are that they're themed a little bit different. So this is gonna be like more of a blue ocean style, a lot of like wicker, a lot more blues, a lot more browns, and but overall the layout is the exact same. So this is the moneymaker right here. Every single story you can see the beach from. So we're gonna go upstairs in just a second, but what's awesome about this place is that these windows actually slide open all the way. So this is the moneymaker right here. In my opinion, this is why this property, I feel like it's undervalued. We'll go over the numbers in a second. So as you can see right here, there's the walkway down from unit 1 and 2 is right here. As we turn around right here, the walk down from unit 3 and 4 is right here, and 5 and 6 as well. So all 6 of these units are mine. All of them are structured the exact same. So once you see the inside of this, you're gonna be able to understand how the other ones look. We do have some people in them since we already started booking, so I can't give you a tour of all of them, but we'll get a very good idea. So this is bedroom number 1. Bathrooms all look fantastic. As you guys can see inside of here, all the tiles, backsplashes in the kitchens, all those are a little bit different color schemes, and it allows each unit to look a little bit different as we're renting them out. All right, let's come upstairs. These are some of my favorite rooms. Now, the hard thing about owning 6 of these units is going up the stairs all day, every day. I think we counted yesterday, we did like 6,000 steps because we were going and fixing each of the units up and just making a little bit of adjustments. But welcome to the living room kitchen area. As you can see right here, we have a half bath on this floor, half bathroom in there, so there's no shower. But yeah, so I really love this kitchen. I love what they did with the backsplash and tile. Looks really, really good. The light hardwood floors look great. And this is the view. I mean, again, this is the moneymaker. This is why I bought this place. Cozy, comfy, beach life. It's gonna be really simple to manage these properties because they're only 4-bed, 3.5 bath. It's only gonna be 1 to 2 families that are renting here at a time, which is great. Some of my other properties sleep 30 people, and those are always a really big headache. Nice little dinner spot right here. What we're gonna do on the bottom story too, one of the value adds that I'm gonna do is add some little fireplaces, some fire pits. Go to Costco, they're a couple $100, but it's a really good addition so that people can have a little fire pit, be able to watch the kids playing at the beach. Right now we're in the off season because we're in December, so a lot less people here, but when the summer comes, absolutely insane. What a view. This is it, views for days, views for miles. They can never build to the left, which is fantastic. So nothing can be built over there, and our neighbors are cool to the right. So absolute moneymaker. Let's go upstairs. Now I typically like to buy properties that I can add value to for a lot of different reasons, mainly tax write-offs, and because I want to just, again, increase the value of the property so that when I go to sell it or when I go to refi or whatever, it's worth more money. But they had just redone this property, but the previous owners of this property, they just redone everything, which is amazing for me because I did have to pay a little bit more of a premium, but at the end of the day, I don't have to go in and do too much work. It's turnkey. I can get these things listed, and we're at about a 25% cash on cash return that's expected. Again, we'll go over the numbers in just a second, but this is bedroom number 3, super cozy. This has street view, so this is probably where I would make your mom or your dad or your uncle that you don't like sleep because you definitely want the ocean view. I promise you it's worth it. Let's go take a look in here. Oh, let me show you guys the bathroom real quick too. Again, all the bathrooms, very similar layouts. All the property is very similar layouts. Super easy. The biggest changes are gonna be like the mirrors, any kind of decorations inside, the mirrors, the faucets, any kind of decorations inside. The showers are all gonna be a little bit different, but again, same concept. Let's go to the master. I love these too. These are cool. A lot of good fixtures in here. Walk inside. You can see how beautiful, relaxing, peaceful that this is. Again, this isn't going to be like a party house. This isn't going to be like a place that people are coming to rage per se. You're paying for the view. So on average, we're going to rent these places for about $750 per night, and they will be rented between 75 and 80% of the year based on how well they performed last year, which is going to bring in about $1.35 million in revenue. From that, after all of my PITI, payments, interest, taxes, utilities, trash, Wi-Fi, Airbnb fees, we're expecting to do about $450,000 per year in profit, which is absolutely insane. For me, it ends up being about a 25% cash on cash return. For me, this is not only a great play for cash flow, it's one of my best cash on cash return properties, but also, guys, this is an amazing buy and hold play because there's not much more room to build on the beach. And so owning this for the next 10 years is, or more, this is like a lifetime type of property for me. I love how these spread all the way open too. Even last night was amazing. This is my first time sleeping here since I bought the property, since we only closed a couple of days ago. Got a chance to fly out, and I just opened up the window, could hear the waves crashing, and that's always been a dream of mine. Like, I wanted to own a waterfront house since as long as I can remember, as long as being a kid. And the fact that I own now 6 of them, and my other 7 properties are just right up the street that are in this area. Got another 7 Airbnbs here. We're starting to take over this whole area. So Miramar Beach, Destin, all the way down to Panama City Beach is kind of the area that I look to buy, and I'm building a team out here. And the reasons why are because this place is popular. It's been popular for the last 40 years. People have been visiting with their families. They will literally max out their credit card to bring 20 families here. And these aren't the kind of families that are visiting Italy and France for the summer. These are the families that will continue to come here year over year over year. And in fact, as we go check out some of my other properties later, a lot of the families that have booked up for the summer already are families that have been staying there for the last 2 to 3 years, and they love it. It feels like it's an extension of their family. It's a family trip type of spot. So this is it. This is the moneymaker. Now, let's go over some of the numbers. Let's go back downstairs and let's talk about some of the numbers. So the thing that you guys are always asking and want to know, what do the numbers look like? How did I finance this deal? What is my interest rate? Let's talk about it. Let's get into the nitty gritty. So here's the story on these 6 units that I bought. To be honest with you, I never thought that this deal was going to happen. So I own 7 Airbnbs right up the street. Some of them are duplexes, some of them are mansions. And again, I've been in the Airbnb space for a while now. I've been a coach. I've started multiple successful businesses. So when you guys are wondering where the capital came from, I'm 26 right now, about to turn 27. I've been a millionaire since I was 23 from investing, starting businesses, and being an entrepreneur. So the capital was never really a problem for this deal. Actually, that's not true. I did have to borrow a little bit of capital for this deal just because I just paid some taxes from last year, which I'll get into in a second. So when I found this property, originally it was kind of dumpy. We drive past it all the time because, again, we're in the area grabbing coffees, grabbing food, looking at properties. And so this looked dumpy, but we were always like, man, that would be a badass location to own to own. Like, that is a fucking monster. And in my mind, this place was always worth, about $12 million, just doing the back of the napkin math. That's what I thought it was worth, especially back in 2021 when I began investing in this area. We get news a couple of months ago, maybe 6 months ago, that the person who owned this place was just finished remodeling it and was considering listing it. We also get news that, he has a lot of outstanding loans, bridge loans, and he's trying to be building this new complex. He's a big developer and investor around here. So once we kind of get news on that, I began inquiring about it. Now, they took this property to the open market at $10.5 million, and that was about 4 months ago. At $10.5 million, I simply couldn't do it. I wasn't gonna be able to tackle this deal by myself, nor did I think that this deal was worth $10.5 million anymore in the current environment, especially after they had a comp down the street, very similar 6 units, not as nice, but very similar, that had recently just sold for $8 million. So I come in and I say, hey, I'll offer $8 million. They basically ignore me, don't respond. I'm like, all right, I don't need this as bad as you need to get rid of it, essentially. And so I knew that that was my leverage point. They came back to me at mid-9s, at 9.5, and we're not going any lower. I was like, fuck that. No, ain't no way I'm going at 9.5. I'm staying at 8. Another month passes, they come back at $8.6 million, and they say that's the absolute lowest that they're going, and I found this property to be worth $8.6 million. I'm trying to go through, how much am I gonna have to put down? If it's a big loan, and I already have, probably 25, 30, maybe a little bit more than $30 million of outstanding debt on my properties, how much am I gonna have to put down? Am I gonna have to put down 30, 40, 50%? What's the interest rates? But I knew that I could make this deal happen. I knew that I had to make this deal happen. So I reached out to my lender. I said, hey man, will you guys be able to allow me to put 20% down? I had made an agreement with them to lock in my interest rate at 8.725%. So that was a pretty good rate for a deal this big, and where we're currently at right now, most people are getting probably closer to 9.5 to 10%. But because I'd been working with them for so long and they know my income, locked in this property, got it under contract for $8.6 million with an 8.725% interest rate. I borrowed $500,000 from a friend, a hard money loan, which I'm going to pay back in a 6-month time period to just make sure that I had some extra cushion on this deal. I didn't want to end up in a situation where there wasn't enough money to fund things, because at the end of the day, guys, every single year, whether people want to say, it's the smart thing to do or not, rather than paying taxes, I buy as much real estate as possible, and that usually leaves me in a cash broke position by the end of the year. I'm either gonna end up cash broke damn near by paying 55% in taxes or by buying properties, so I'd rather buy properties. So the extra $500,000, did I absolutely need it? Not 100%, but a good relationship with a friend. He trusts me, we drew up a contract, and I borrowed $500,000 from him, and that'll be paid back by June 1st, 2025. So the numbers, this property was on track to do right around $1.1 million per year in revenue last year, and that's without renting it out while they're in the process of selling it to me. We expect to do, based on comps, guys, I paid tens of thousands of dollars a year for the best softwares out there. I know that people are gonna say, oh, well, you're expecting it to make that. Well, I haven't been wrong with the expectations on any of my other properties, and in fact, we're very conservative with our numbers, and my portfolio does about $3.4 million per year in revenue right now with Airbnb. These 6 units will rent for about $750 to $800 per night. We're expecting them to be rented out 75 to 80% of the year. And yes, those numbers are absolutely fucking possible. The duplexes we're going to later are rented out 95% of the year. So these numbers are possible with the right units. This is a growing vacation spot. I expect this over the next 5 to 10 years to continue to appreciate. I will not be selling at all. I maybe will refinance, but that's only if there's a lower interest rate and I can pull some equity out of the property. Like I was saying, $1.3 to $1.35 million per year in revenue. I should be left with, after all payments, all expenses, all taxes, all fees, all trash, all Wi-Fi, utilities, you name it, about $450,000 to $480,000 per year conservatively in net profit on these 6 units. If you can think about it like this, my initial investment in this property was 20% down. When it was all said and done, I was in for about $2 million liquid. At $450,000 to $480,000 per year in profit, I will make back my initial investment in the next 4 to 5 years. And then everything after that moving forward is going to be straight cash in my pocket, moving on from there. On top of that, somebody else is also paying down, the renters are paying down my mortgage every single month, plus, interest. And, I expect this place to appreciate. Plus, here's the craziest thing. I got a massive, massive tax write-off on this property because I paid $8.6 million and did a cost segregation study. I'm gonna be able to write off about 20 to 30% of the purchase price of this property, which ends up being about a $2 to $2.5 million deduction from my taxable income, which is going to allow me at the end of this year, since I've already bought a hotel, built a cabin, bought a cabin, and bought this, I should be paying less taxes than a California school teacher at the end of the year, legally, right? 100% legally. That's the game that I play. So I wish I could take you guys inside of all 6 units, but again, we're fixing some things up. We have people staying in a couple of them, but as you can see, just with one of these units, they're absolutely badass. The draw here is the view. The draw here is the tranquility. The draw here is Destin and Miramar Beach are just hot spots for vacationers. And this is going to continue to be very likely my best deal that I've ever done for at least the next year or 2 years, unless we can go bigger and better than this, which it's going to be really hard to do. I'm very proud of myself on this deal. I'm thankful that I hired my mom and my dad to help out in this business. You guys know that they used to work at Costco in the prison, and now they're helping me with this Airbnb operation, doing the numbers and helping manage these properties, which is fantastic. It's really turning to a family business, but man, I'm just so thankful and blessed with these properties. I really can't thank my team enough for helping me out. I can't thank the followers enough for continuing to support me on this journey, and just consuming the content's amazing for me. It really makes me feel blessed. So yeah, that's a full house tour walkthrough. That's a numbers breakdown for you guys. If you enjoyed this video, please leave me a like, a comment, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.